Good evening and welcome to the KILI Storytelling Hour. Now, I want to thank all of you out there who listens to this show. And before I forget, I want to say good evening to Dr. Butterbro and also to my Tahashi Ed Ironcloud that just left KILI Radio. Have a good evening. And many of you are now going back home to work. Have a good trip. It is hot out there, but remember, this is summertime. Enjoy. In about 2 months or 3 months, it'll be cold again. So enjoy your hot weather and make sure that you have. The other day I heard some people talking, and they were talking about propane. They said now's the time to buy a little propane here and there until winter comes. And that's true. It is 90 some degrees today, but when that winter comes, we know that because last year or year before it gets very cold. So now's the time to prepare. And today some of you are going back to work, some of you are on vacation, some of you are on retired, and some of you are on the I will say Wachipi Trail. I know I have a Tahashi that told me that he's on a trail. He was in Rosebud the other week. This past week he was in Minnesota, and I don't know where he's going this weekend, but it is here. And those of you that are on the trail, happy trails. Enjoy. And I have some announcements here. One announcement, and that is happening next week, July 19, 20, and 21 at the Oglala Lakota College Head Start Conference Room, 3 Mile Creek Road, Kyle, South Dakota. Okay, and this is presented by the Wounded Knee District School. Presenter is Dr. Richard Littlebear, and he is the president of the Dull Knife College. And he will be presenting a 3-day training workshop on total physical response and also storytelling. Okay, this is an experimental method for teaching language learners. So remember those dates, July 19, 20, and 21. It starts at 9 a.m. each morning until 3 p.m. each day. Lunches on your own, or you can pay $45 for the whole 3 days, and lunch will be provided. So remember this, it'll be at the Lakota College Head Start Conference Room. And if you have any questions, call Wendy at phone number 867-4350 or 867-4379. And she will let you know the whole enough information about this. And this is really good for all you, especially all you Lakota teachers, or are also K-8 or K-12 teachers, or anybody that's interested in the teaching the Lakota language. and also storytelling. And this is presented by the Wounded Knee District School. That is one announcement that I have. And I do have 2 short stories that I will be sharing this evening. And my name is Brian Charging Cloud, and this is the KILI Storytelling Hour. And I want to thank KILI Radio for this, and also I want to thank the listeners out there. 90.1 right here on top of the Butte, 88.7 in Rapid City, and all you listeners out there on kiliradio.org. Lele KILI ikanchola etaha wonacho wothai nais woyake eta avautelo ona le woyake kilena lena ihani woyake nais naku ohunkanka le ohunkanka nais ihani woyake kilena wal iache piap nais akhe le dona anarup tankap kilena wa bleze wanjijukte wons pe wanjijukte na henagnas lechel ya unkteshni yaut kile nach unkt henakun hel wa hukun kia apon hiuta holena Salani hani ohunkan ki hani duktektel vichoti hata chtatu hata walehansna nachile kitala amba hoyasle nachtatu vichoch hani lehan le taku unlena yunas na yawake kile lehan vichoi chare kile le woya que kilena lehano nganash tueni hechos ni seja na nganash akhe lila wichota hechana hechano piseja hoya stakwa woa blezon blaha kile lehan le o ontrokjan le o on kile Hokcha ay hon hale hani lil wichota umpi wahana hoch kigala nalnai hani wichoch ankilena agya yankash lehan nganash enana kila nachet hohet chanlenash na hel lena awaw ki hetchelena woyukcha yachukta lena gnash letaha nakun woa bleze namus ye unas nakun yechimgot letakuku woya kekilena hohetchawash na lena awaw lena nakun lechiwa uhata takomene ashna Lakota yapikile takomene ashna ewakata hochalechta to ke ake Lakota yapikile tro el takun epringta takun unganash in wotcha imaji nakun unganash nakun le tan okon ajiki le okon uki hel le champasha wikilel le apetu trokahe na hanupa na Yamani ukilil le Dr. Richard Littlebear Japo hohelka shahila makhoche hechata tahe una le Lakota yapikile le lehanchi lilata ko ota unkitha to keske chunk omponkha le yapi kile le yotas wakanja kile na unspekte. Hona na kun le voya ke kile na kun unspech chot. Tokesh ke voya ke kile ne hani oyaka vech. Hona. Chana le okoma ukile na iwoga akakte chat. Hona helle yapi kile tako mene ake iwoga akakte. Tako la khasle na hechuk. Cha tako mene asna le yapi kile ele wakata. Hona na ko aktum jesnyani throi ganas hani ehekta ke wito na kchohe ha toskawa lechas na hinas na omake. Hona he le yapi tha ki he le Lakota yapi ki le ye le chejiki ha le washitu yapi ki le tha han Lakota yapi ki le unspe to khashna le yakina ha le tuya ke le na Lakota to khashna ayake oki hona le na tokesh ke chunka le chunhe hena na ibulukta. Hona oigla gawake asna. Ogawaka otokeske echano kibra. Hota asna ogalake yunas na yeki. Holenale tokeske al hechukte. Tokeske chunkale non spehe. Kolne hoena chale le tuktektel le han le wablezek le na echunkopi. Gehechel le vamos pecha que na is woi wa ke majitu wa blez majitu na woka ni rea pecha majitu pecha le nas na o tapa ha na opta na ka che lila lechta to ke ha yok pia yan kayo no ni chuint ko ke le hanwa na lila thanka an che ni thawi chukina ko ta umpi cha yok pia umpo cha at ho in lil in fukahe in wo ya ke a cha na ya ka thonta na wo le wo ya ke kilena dila haskas kasni es helta wo able ze majoganas tuchti chukta cha le voya ke kilena hokahe washitu blocked le cheji mitra kele Lakota hona ichinu pa ke hele le hantin washitu ke he ichinu cha holena hokahe in washitu blocked khale. This evening, I have 2 short stories for the storytelling hour. And these 2 short stories, I have an article here from the Weekly Reader, and the title of this is Native American Animal Tales. And in the beginning, it has a little introduction, so I'll read that first. Thousands of years before European explorers came to North America, other people lived here. These I put Lakota here. Lakota people spoke Lakota, but they wrote no books. They had no written alphabet. On special evenings, they would gather around fires in their lodges. As smoke curled up from the fires, they listened to a storyteller weave tales. Some of the stories told how the world came to be. Other tales were about unusual animals, brave warriors, and great events. For hundreds of years, these tales were handed down by word of mouth, from storytellers to listeners. Finally, some of the tales were printed in books. These tales are a link between people living today and those who lived long ago. Hani hekta kya khokto poinge tona kcha heha. Nyocha khakata ha oyate ahipi. Honaleli hani oyate umpi. Honale oyate kilena lema khoche wayanke kile tona le iapi kile tona kcha. Hona Lakota ayalel umpi kilena Lakota kya. Wahehan woapi tagni oapshin. Istagni lehan le trosh woapi muyawapi na nakon lena taku oapi lena wanicha. Wahehan tatu Manas tatu yuhilas na chet. Tuktektel wichoti wena le tikja le trosh wena tatu na wuliglust. Tam cheti na wenas oksan kapset. Wena hel wanji as na le woyak le na oyak. Voy que kilena ganas toques que makoche que le hihet. Teta ha uhet. Toques que chaga het. Ona nakule voy que kilena ganas wa makhashka. Naish ganas le akichita ha le Lakota le uchon que le ganas hoch akichi da echakya. Ona is naku ihani tokes kesna in taku words on que le na oyaka. Ho poinre wanie to poinre tonakcha. Lechas elena na oyaka pi. Na vichasha na wien chalana woya ke oyaka. Ona lena wakhanja na ko le honkupi na tkukupi ke lena anarupt. Wana wato ha yukha le woya ke lena wapi el wapi. Ole woya ke kilena lena tros lehan le nium kumpi. Wada tain hani lel unkha. Es kiglap. Wena tokiske umpi. Tokiske umpi kele ichi kwak. Lehan umpi kele na batons nam kiukcham. Tokes que le na un pielo. Na le hanen que le nais. Is a nas lavna chete. Hosles Lakota ya pikele igual la cacha. Le tan wanie tu wikchemna nupa. Le tan wanie tu wikchemna yamaniki. Ibulukcha. Tuala coating te selhechena. Isto twinning ata la coating. Lil wan kajaja bhen transhik tiletio hina. Ogla ngen ka fun khan le wonach le woapiwa. Niluza hatas na petio la hiugel oyaka na ha. Le itoka gata ke tuktel le oyateam Kan wanahel wanjila Lakota le iapiki. Tokesh ke iab heche wanjila ie. Na wanale wanie tu watoha. Otahe elon snata tueni hel iha washiti. Otaugija achas no gunas no kikusams. Ese takomeni unke lila trehan uyongt. Tahan lena lechon komast. Tatu chan Lakota kia. On oaya oktalahan takuku unkiutka okachta uche. Wana hechan hechuk. Okay, I have one story. It's called The Great Race. So I'm going to read this in English, and I will tell it in Lakota. Okay, the title of this short story is The Great Race. When Earth was first created, people and animals lived in peace. But buffaloes began to think that they could kill and eat other animals, including people. That's not fair, people said. Let's settle this with a race. The buffaloes said, the contest will decide whether we eat you or you eat us. The buffaloes chose their fastest runner. His name was Running Slim. She had never lost a race. People said that they would have a better chance if birds were allowed to race for the people. The buffaloes agreed. The people chose 4 birds to race for them: a hummingbird, a hawk, a meadowlark, and a magpie. When the race started, Running Slim quickly took the lead. Before long, all the birds gave up except Magpie. Gradually, Magpie began to gain on Running Slim. Soon, Magpie was beside the buffalo. Running Slim strained to win the race. Suddenly, Magpie shot past Running Slim and across the finish line. Since that time, people have hunted buffaloes, but people have never hunted magpies, nor used them as food. That's the end of the story. Magpie alkele Lakota tokiske alkisloint. So in hey toha hey ongelaka pinka ongelala chata vitasha le sapo heslole. Toksa miglustang imos alke khini moring tokiske alk. When kale makhoche ke wanat othoka ya waha. Oyate na wamakash ankile nai ila taumbi. Oyas watoha yunkale I pte oyate is le tatranka le nai huyuk chon hab kahele taku gas yutabo kihip. Taku gas kte na yutabo kihipi getchimpi. Na kumu vichasha na wiyan gas. So what oto ha yung kawanale vichasha na wiyan kila no maniche yahan ya hech tu lakab. Wata oble trat lepte de kila no ob maniche yahan yoga lakab. Dokeshke chunk upon kanle le khatkhankar le na le ie taku kash oki pikele hetchtula kapst ta iest khoim le khatkhanka kile na Mojihe lila luza kap. Mocha kiang wicha kyakta kap. Hechas eglustam. Le khatkhanka kile tam moji lila luza he kile na ha. As rategle naish zintkala cha wichaklach ne kap. Kohel zintkala to wichaklach ne kap. Kohel moji le chetama e. wana khashiag mo ka e wana helzet kala e asna loapi oji wana hal hatte wa hochana hena in kia kakta wana he tukton je ohi hatta wa he ui uchanji kavit hochas wana le na kia ka wana le e chagle na ya ba hanis wanas le Tathanka lila luza heglet ata thoka ya kilik. O chas lazent kala na kiam. Topa. Kama toha in khale e to yodna chacha chainakia. Hashiag mo kaglena ko ato ha in khale ha wando kishna. Ona lazent kala chik ala loas aglena ko ukishne. Yugoich. wana ha le trap le ptekile ata thokaya gale wato ha kha halahate kile wana hihoni na wana kchi wa kia yaka wana to ayate na ptoyate lena na jemel kihuni ta wahe ha to gana laka le halahate kile thokaya kigedina hechnas thokaya gale huni ta kilita Sahel auhetan khahena kya auhetan thokata kya le oyate kilena hathanka kilena wichaita khona oyate kilena hetan thokata kya le halate kilena awichaista wichaita oyate se wichoyak he gonna suche nach am nan chetzer he is tu choyak ona hele la kanza glena la nas na uchakya ka na ta kun woyuk ta ta snitu ta he thol ta to kya he woyak ke ha mukh ana goftam lena tho Gnas etan takun woable ze yachupsel. Istakun nakun I wons promajeti yachupsel. Chegala. Okay, that is my story for this evening, and again I would like to say that this is the KILI radio storytelling hour, and then whenever I come up here, I always touch on the Lakota language, and this evening I have two articles, and I mentioned Dr. Richard Littlebear. He's going to be presenting this next week, and this is going to be presented by the Wounded Knee District School. And Dr. Richard Littlebear will be presenting July 19, 20, and 21 from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. each day And this will be at the Oglala Lakota College Head Start Conference Room, 3 Mile Creek Road, Kyle, South Dakota. If you have any questions, call 867-4350, 867-4379. Ask for Wendy or Marnie. Marnie is our boss over there, so ask for her. Okay, this article was written by Dr. Richard Littlebear, and he was the I think he was the keynote speaker at the 4th Annual Stabilizing Indigenous Language Symposium at Flagstaff, Arizona on May 2nd, 1997. Okay, so I'll just read a couple, maybe some, I'll skip around here. Okay. He says, why save our language, since they now seem to have no political, economic, or global relevance? That they seem not to have this relevance is exactly the reason why we should save our language, because it is the spiritual relevance that is deeply embedded in our own languages that is important. The embeddedness of this spirituality is what makes them relevant to us as Lakota today. Okay, let me take another paragraph here. Okay. The reason why we should save this language is that, okay, his idea was that we have no more elders living from the previous century. Okay, that means we no longer have that linguistic and spiritual link to the previous cultures. Okay, now, since Dr. Littlebear is Cheyenne, he says here, for the Cheyenne people, we began making the change over to a different type of culture and to a written language about a century ago. Those in my generation who speak the Cheyenne language are quite possibly the last generation able to joke in our own language. We are possibly the last ones who can talk in our language about profound physical, psychological, and spiritual topics, and do it in the appropriate technical language. We can articulate how we feel physically, psychologically, and spiritually, and know with satisfaction that we have been understood. The generation that succeed us will be unable to articulate those same feelings in Cheyenne, since English is now their first language. And the sad part is that even in their first language, English, they have trouble talking about the deeper meanings of life, since they are not being taught English very well at school or at home. Okay, let me jump down here. Since we have no more elders from the previous century, we should be concentrating on our youth. We should be volunteering to help in school-based programs instead of criticizing them into oblivion. We should be doing those things that are proactive and positive, that ensure the continued use of our languages. Okay, these are just some things that Dr. Little Bear wrote when he was at this language symposium, and he will be with us next week to share. Okay, then I have another one that I wanted to share. And today I was sitting in the office in the cultural studies room at the Wandini school, and I wanted to share this with you. The story that I just did before I went into the Dr. Little Bear's articles, the one about the magpie and the buffalo. I was sitting in there, and this young lady brought this piece of paper. Just like all of a sudden she came through the door and she said, "I think this belongs to the Lakota studies room." And she put it on my desk, and it was this article. It was a story. Actually, there was 4 stories. She put it on my desk and left. I sat there and I looked at it, and then right away I said, "I think I'll share this over KILI radio for this evening storytelling hour." So it just came to me, and I'm sharing it with you. So I thought I'd share that with you. Okay, this next one, also I found this in that room, and it says bilingualism. Bilingualism. I mean, we've been doing that for many years now. English, Lakota, English. And I just wanted to share two thoughts from here. Immersion in another language gives children the opportunity to become bilingual in a natural and effective way. The children learn while acting on concepts, creating, listening actively, participating, and learning new skills. Studies show that bilingual students are ahead of monolinguals in all academic subjects. They have increased logical thinking skills, have a higher ability to focus, and develop skills for other language acquisition. These advantages last a lifetime. KILI, bilingualism alkile. Kawanahe wanetu tona hechum bilingual alkile. Winkale okachta ich apoe. Okachta ich alkile le wakhaja klena tohan yapi num uspem hata. Troshlehan le washichu yapi nesh la khoti akt. Olena uspem hata lena le trosh le taku wo kachnere is taku karapi taku wo yukta anarupta kona le onspichi chav hitchwana kun inajim naish yutaka naish ichupi ole taku uspecha kale nakiksiapi ona isam taku otaslo le api ona le wopasi echumpi inkan le wakanja ele trosh okachta vichaya na iapi num uspepi kilena le trosh maji iapi majila uspehata holena le iapi num uspepi kilena tokhashnyata ko uspecha kapi kilena ta uspepi Hona le nakun wo yukcha waipika. Naku anahopta nataku chumpi hanta ipajuju wanilia nspepi. Lena lewopasita letan lena ina kelewaki. Okay, the reference on that is Psychology Today by Matthew Hudson. Okay, you have been listening to the KILI Storytelling Hour, and I want to thank KILI Radio, and I want to thank all you listeners. Have a really good evening, and I will turn it back over to Studio A. Thank you for listening.